Good morning and welcome. It's been a rough day. We are on day 2 of recovery from seizures. Um, Little Missy is laying right beside me and she is resting at the moment. You know, she unfortunately ended up having 6 seizures on Monday due to the barometric pressure change and the cold front moving in. Her recovery time has been really hard. Those seizures were hard on her. They take a lot out of her. When an adult has them, they basically sleep for 2 to 3 days at a time. When children have them, our kids recover quicker than when an adult does. She can, have them and bounce right back. She can have them and be unconsolable all day. She can be crying, she's a hot mess all day long. Or she can sleep, for hours on end. And right now she is completely dead weight. She has no muscle tone whatsoever. She's unable to hold her head up. Unfortunately, I picked her up the other day and I didn't have her neck supported enough and her head, flopped back. And here I am thinking, oh my gosh, when that happens to you, how that makes you feel, so I try to be, conscious of her, when you're pushing the wheelchair and you hit the corner, it's a jolt, well, how do you feel when you stub your toe? It's the same thing, only instead of that toe hitting the corner, it's her whole body in the wheelchair hitting the corner. So I try to be mindful of those, and I try to help bring other people's awareness to that as well. Because we get so busy, we forget, we live in a me world. It's all about me. I am the center of my own universe. Hello. It's like this for everybody. So I just, I believe that the more awareness that we can bring, the more people that we can help and the more people we can touch. And it's important because we need that community support. And in my classes today, I am studying to be a health coach. This is my last week. Next week is my final exam, and I will be graduated. What a health coach does is they help you through not only wanting to lose weight, health issues, medical, induced issues, relationship issues, your career, your happiness. It encompasses your whole life. It's not just one aspect. I'm not going to tell you what I think you should eat, what I think you shouldn't eat. You're in charge. I help give you the tools for you to make the right decision. So I'm excited to be a health coach because I am going to be working with people who want change, who want to make their lives better, who want to make the world better. I'm not begging and pleading. I'm not knocking down doors. I'm not going to work with people who don't want change. And that's why I work only on referral. I want people who are ready. It's a lot of work, and we know with any change, you have to put the work in, and those are the people I'm looking for. But today in my classes, a short little story was read, and it really touched me. And I want to leave you with this today because make it a jam-packed day. Make those changes. Make those life changes. Sometimes they're small, sometimes they're big, but make the leap. You can do it. Sometimes I feel that my life is a series of trapeze swings. I'm either hanging on to a trapeze bar, swinging along, or for a few moments in my life, I'm hurtling across space in between trapeze bars. Most of the time, I spend my life hanging on for dear life to the trapeze-bar-of-the-moment. It carries me along in a certain steady rate of swing. I have the feeling that I am in control of my life. I know most of the right questions and even some of the answers. But every once in a while, as I merrily, or not so merrily, swing along, I look out ahead of me in the distance, and what do I see? I see another trapeze bar swinging towards me. It's empty, and I know that in that place, in me that knows, that this new trapeze bar has my name on it. It's my next step, my growth, my aliveness, my coming to get me. In my heart of hearts, I know that for me to grow, I must release my grip on this present, this well-known bar, and move on to the new one. Each time it happens to me, I hope, no, I pray, that I won't have to let go of my old bar completely before I grab the new one. But in my knowing place, I know that I must totally release my grasp on my old bar, and in some moment in time, I must hurtle across space before I grab onto the new bar. Each time I'm filled with terror, it doesn't matter that in all my previous hurdles across the void of unknowing, I've always made it. I am each time afraid that I will miss, that I will be crushed on unseen rocks in the bottomless chasm of bars. I do it anyway. Perhaps in this essence of what the mystics call faith, the faith experience. There's no guarantees, no net, no insurance policy, but you do it anyway, because somehow to keep hanging on to that old bar, it's no longer on the list of alternatives. So for an eternity that can last a microsecond or 1,000 lifetimes, I soar across the dark void of the past is gone. The future is not yet here. It's called transition. I have come to believe that this transition is the only place where real change occurs. I mean real change, not the pseudo change that only lasts until the next time my old buttons get pushed. But I have a sneaking suspicion that the new transition zone is the only real thing, and the bars are illusions we dream up to avoid the void where the real change, the real growth occurs for us. Yes, with all the pain and fear and the feelings of being out of control that can, but not necessarily, accompany transitions, they are all still the most alive, most growth-filled, passionate, expansive moments of our life. So a transformation of fear may have nothing to do with making fear go away, but rather with giving ourselves permission to hang out in the transition between trapezes. Transforming our new need to grab that new bar, any bar, is allowing ourselves to dwell in the only place where change really happens. It can be terrifying. It can also be enliveningly true in every sense of the word. Hurtling through the void, we just may learn how to fly. And that is from Warriors of the Heart by Dannon Perry. It just spoke to me. You know, we're all afraid to change, but yet we all welcome it. We all want it. But we find those fears and we find those hesitations and distractions. And with that, I want you to fly high, jump, reach for the stars. Your trapeze bar is only as far as you want it to be. Have a great day and learn to smile. Share your love.